Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. We're doing another Liliac reaction today. After checking out their Dio Last in Line reaction, how I very much love that whole cover. You guys have introduced me to a whole bunch of original music and covers from this band. But one particular one that stood out to me right away was Megadeth, Symphony of Destruction, just because how much I love Megadeth. So I thought I would start with this one as my next reaction. Let's get right into it. Let's see what we got here. The thing I'm going to be looking for here, to be honest, is Megadeth has a lot of attitude. And from what I've seen from Liliac, they had their own attitude too. And I want to see how it translates into this particular cover and what of their own are they going to bring over into the cover as well. Let's get right into it without any further ado. Kingdom Hearts key. Love it.
You take a mortal man and put him in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll.
Right away, what I'm gonna say is well, first of all, she has a better vocal ability than Dave Mustaine. Dave Mustaine is not known for his vocal ability. He just had that kind of gruff, unique voice that I think many of us really liked, especially on the earlier albums. But she brings, right away, you can hear a better vocal ability, but she doesn't try to copy him. She does have a gruffer voice. She does have a lower tone to her voice, but she brings her spunk and her attitude. Not to mention, I love all the band members. They bring their own energy to it, and I absolutely love it. You guys did mention that they are from, well, their lineage is from Romania. Their father and mother are from Romania, and they grew up here in the United States. Fun little fact: my older brother was born in Moldova, which is on the border with Romania. So, in some resemblance, there's a part of me that's already partial to them automatically, just because it feels like our lineages come from that same part of the world. So it's like, it's already interesting. Not to mention, if they come from Romania, Transylvania, how much more epic can you get? And then you get Liliac, which you guys told me is a translation for bat. So it's like all these things combined, I think they have such an awesome 80s and 70s heavy metal vibe of like Merciful Fate and King Diamond and Black Sabbath and Dio in the music videos, that it's just so evident. Maybe the father kind of helped them get that inspiration. It's really just awesome. I love it. I'm gonna just rewind it just a little bit.
Watch people's heads roll. Symphony of destruction. You're acting like a robot. Its metal brain corrodes. You're trying to take his pulse.
That's what I mean by she's putting her own spunk on it, right? The way what she's doing with her voice and kind of accentuating certain of the vocal, certain lines a little bit more than they did in the original song. I like the tone and the sound of the guitars, but I feel like this would probably sound even better live because you would feel their energy. One thing you always had to give to Megadeth in their albums, the original albums had this kind of energy to them that was in many ways unrivaled, right? I believe personally, I'm going to say something that, you know, you people can agree with me, you guys, you can disagree with me. I think Rust in Peace, Megadeth Rust in Peace, is easily in the top 3 greatest thrash albums of all time. I would probably put it either the greatest or right next to Slayer's Rain and Blood as the greatest thrash album ever written. And the energy and the attitude that you heard in that album was Nick Menza and Marty Friedman, like everything Dave Mustaine, what they were doing, David Ellison, they just absolutely destroyed it on that album. And it's like, it's hard to match that energy now by many bands, because now this, I think sometimes bands tend to get overproduced in their music, and there it kept a certain rawness. And that's, I think, the only thing I hear here. There's a certain level of production that takes away some of the rawness, just some of it, because I feel like live they would have all that energy playing there, and in this production of the music video, some of it is slightly, maybe it's the way it's filmed, I don't know how to kind of put it. They're still getting comfortable, I think, acting on stage and like showing their personality to people and how are they really are. I think the singer, she's really being able to portray her attitude, the guitarist, but I think like the bass player is still getting his footing and getting comfortable. The keyboardist is still getting comfortable. It's like they have to find themselves as young people, right, to be comfortable on stage and be completely themselves. And it looks like this, from what I've heard from you guys, is like stages where they've gotten more and more comfortable. So that's always so pleasurable and so nice to see. I automatically just have this kind of automatic liking to them, and from the beginning, I see why you guys like him so much.
Take his pulse before the head explodes. 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 Just like the Pied Piper, let rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony. Just like the Pied Piper, let rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony. Swaying to the symphony of destruction.
Yeah, the guitarist, I really like his attitude. I said this in the comments for a lot of people that I've been interacting with, is that I'm from now on, I'm calling them the heavy metal Jackson 5. That's what they're going to be to me, since they're all siblings together. There's 5 of them. I'm going to call them the heavy metal Jackson 5. I love it. I love their energy. I love their attitude. I love seeing young people enjoying music. First of all, it's cross-generational. Good music, there is no a generation for it. I grew up on 60s, 70s, and 80s music. I was born in 87. So it's like, just to give an idea, it's like good music is good music always. And there's good music that's being produced now, which I've heard from the original music, is also really great, which I will get to, I promise.
The earth starts to rumble. World powers fall. Wanting for the heavens. A peaceful man stands tall. Just like the Pied Piper, let rats through the streets.
Something I didn't mention before very quickly is that I love the whole angle they take on all of that, the whole Transylvania, the vampires, wizards, and D&D. I love that aspect to their music, to their visuals, and like I love it. It's just like we talked about before, it's super cheesy, like 80s, 70s, like monster horror movies almost, and they purposely make it almost that cheesy on purpose. I love it. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of Merciful Fate and King Diamond.
We dance symphony. Just like the Pied Piper, led us through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony, swaying to the symphony of destruction.
Yeah, I was afraid she wasn't going to be able to get the attitude of Dave Mustaine, because he had one killer attitude. I don't care what anybody says about Megadeth, whether you like it or you don't like it. They've produced some great music. I'm not a fan. Like, this probably is the last album that I liked, was the Symphony of Destruction album. I'm trying to remember the name of the album. What was it called? I think it was called Symphony of Destruction. Like Euthanasia and everything after that, I wasn't a huge fan of. I liked their first five albums, and they captured the attitude. They brought their own attitude. They couldn't, they weren't going to copy his aggression or something like that. So instead of aggression, they brought attitude. Instead of the speed of Megadeth, they brought their own swagger to it. Just like I enjoyed this cover. I think this was a great cover. I'm going to be looking forward to, actually, I know you guys recommended original music, but I also want to do Heaven and Hell. I absolutely need to see Heaven and Hell, as that is my favorite Black Sabbath song. So I think that's going to be my next reaction for these guys. And if you have more to recommend, please just keep recommending them. That's going to be great. I'll have more content for you guys to kind of produce for you guys as soon as I can. And hopefully, guys, you enjoyed this reaction. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and let me know down below what were your feelings when you first heard Liliac, and what was your favorite cover, so to say. Let's start with that. Enjoy it, take care of yourselves, guys, and keep it metal out there.